Hello, YouTubers. How are you today? Well, I hope you're having a good day today. It's Sunday for me, so time to do a video. So I'm doing a topic of today. It's called the dangers of mortal sin, and I'm going to be going over a couple of passages. One is going to be in the Old Testament, Ezekiel, and the other one's going to be also in the Old Testament, and that'll be from Genesis 3. So here we go. We're going to break out into this little thing I have over here. Uh, in regards to Ezekiel 3 or Ezekiel 8, verses 4 through 7, and then verse 12, and then I'm going to go skip over to verse 15 and 17, and we'll go and we are going to peruse it. So as you can see on the screen, I have the title of The Dangers of Mortal Sin. And like I said, I'll be going over Ezekiel chapter 18. And it starts off with chapter 4 by saying, by your wisdom and discernment, you made yourself rich, and you filled your storehouses with silver and gold. Through your shrewd trading and you multiplied your riches, but then you became proud of your riches. So now the Lord God proclaims, because you claim to have the mind of a God, I'll bring foreigners against you. They will let loose their swords against your fine wisdom, and they will degrade your splendor. The Lord God proclaims, you are full of wisdom and beauty, the image of perfection. From the day you were created until injustice was found in you, your ways were assured. But because of your trade, your oppressive business practice, you became impure. So I expelled you from God's mountain. I removed you, winged creature, guardian, from among the stones of fire. You exalted yourself because of your beauty and corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I will cast you down to the earth. I will make a spectacle of you. So this was Satan's demise. I wrote down here, God changed his looks from when he was an angel to when he was cast down. He became a spectacle. So I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of studying, and if you look into what God and what the Bible and what a lot of the teachings speak of, like Saint Michael, uh, all the angels were basically dressed in white, and they have they're very beautiful. Saint Michael has these pure blue eyes. Our guardian angel is dressed in white, and they're very beautiful creatures. And Satan being one of the, or probably was the, basically almost, if you want to speak of in regards to God, he was basically the right hand of God, so to speak. He was a very wise, and it says here he was very wise angel, and he was very beautiful, and he had a lot of power, and he began to be proud, and because of being so proud, which is a mortal sin, this was basically Satan's downfall, because it says here in verse 17, you exalted yourself because of your beauty. So Satan at one time was a very beautiful angel. And it says here, after that, it says, I will cast you down to the earth, and I will make a spectacle of you. So what is God meaning by that? Well, basically, he was taking his beauty away from him, which I'm sure right now the devil's pissed off about it because he was so proud of his beauty back in the day. And now he looks at himself and he shrieks in horror, you know. So how, you know, Satan is not beautiful anymore. And this must anger him because once he was beautiful, and now because of his pride, he lost his beauty, hence his hideous, disgusting features. You know, he's red and his eyes are all ugly and everything else. And, you know, we can take a little bit of joy in that because he's like the, you know, I remember there's a fable where Cinderella and, you know, the fairest one of all, and they're looking at the mirror, and, you know, the lady was horrid by her looks. And I'm sure the devil, every time he looks at himself, he probably doesn't even have a mirror in hell, right? There's no mirrors allowed because every time he looks at himself, if he does, it's gonna it mortifies him. It just kills him. It just makes him even more mean. And I guess that's one of the reasons why he wants to defy God now, is because he has so much hatred that God turned him into a spectacle. But there was also another case in regards to Genesis 3, and with basically regarding the same type of problem with these mortal sins. And Genesis 3, verses 2 through 7, it says, "The woman said to the snake, 'We may eat the fruit of the garden's trees, but not the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden. God said, Don't eat from it and don't touch it, or you will die.' The snake said to the woman, 'You won't die. God knows that on the day you eat from it, you will see clearly and you will be like God, knowing good and evil.' The woman saw that the tree was beautiful with delicious food, and that the tree would provide wisdom. So she took some of its fruit and ate it, and also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Then they both saw clearly and knew that they were naked." So because of Eve's wanting to be like God, she was proud, a mortal sin. She lost her innocence. She committed sin, and that began the fall of man. So these are the things we have to worry about as being a Christian and trying to get into heaven. You have to be very, very aware of these mortal sins. You know, greed, gluttony, pride. It's these are the lust. You know, lust is one of the worst sins, and it gets most people into hell. Lust. So please be careful regarding these mortal sins. It'll be your downfall. It'll be your downfall in this life and in the next. And what I want from everybody that listen to this channel and that are my subscribers, that we will spend eternity in heaven with God, with the angels, the beautiful angels, our Lady, Jesus Christ, the saints, and be in bliss for eternity. So please, subscribers, please, people, heed the warning. Look what happened to the devil. He was proud. Now he's ugly, and he's mourning that. And also what happened to Eve, and how we had to pay for her mistake and Adam's mistake. So I hope you learned something from this. Please keep praying the rosary. I am praying the rosary for all my subscribers. Every day I pray. So be well, put your faith in God, and God bless.